Well, great morning. Oh my goodness, I got up this morning. Of course, these two little munchkins got me up at 5:30 in the morning again. And I went to take them out, and I don't know what was on fire, but it was, the smell of smoke was heavy in the air. And I know somebody was not barbecuing then, and they definitely are not running their fireplace, not in this heat. So I don't know what place caught on fire, but some place out there, because you went out there and just the smell of that smoke was overwhelming. So anyway, the munchkins went out, and first time Mickey went potty outside. Yay! This is his first time to potty outside. I can't believe it. So, good boy, good boy. Oh my goodness. So that was a big Hallmark day, pottying outside. Those that have dogs understand that concept. Oh my goodness. Although he's been good, he uses the potty pads for the most part. Once in a while he'll miss it, but he's been really good with that. I'm still on that jade hunt for that one bangle. Now I found a couple. There are actually three I'm kind of looking at. One of them, I tried to get a hold of them. They never answered, etc. So we'll see if I hear from them today. But 9 out of 10 is going to be a 7-inch. It's going to be too large. Now the other two, one of them is in Hawaii, and one is in Arizona. One of them is a very heavy white with green, so moss and snow bangle. And the other one, it's 14 karat thing, and the chain was broken on it. It doesn't have the chain on it, okay? But it's that nice old style, really heavy round bangle, the old style. And the other one I'm looking at is a much older piece as well. It's 24 karat gold, and then it's a green color. Now it's not an emerald green by any means, but I know that it must have belonged to an older Chinese woman if it's in 24 karat and it's got the old screw in chain, the screw to close it. So that's an older piece, and I know it had to have belonged to some older Chinese lady. And it just reminds me of living in San Francisco, and one of my most interesting memories was this old lady, now in the 70s, and she was older. She was, I'd say at least 80s, maybe even 90s. And she was in the little park area there. And she's wearing the old Chinese cap with the medallion on it, very old style. She was dressed, and she had bound feet. She actually still had bound feet. Her feet were like this. Yeah, little bound feet. I'll never forget that woman sitting there. And she was ancient. And to see somebody actually with bound feet, I don't know how she lived in San Francisco. She must have a relative that would drive her down there and help her out, because I don't know how you could walk those hills with bound feet. So she had to have somebody helping her, some of her family, probably taking her to the park and helping her to go sit down over there. But that's one of my most interesting memories, living there, was this older lady that had bound feet and still wearing the old Chinese style, of the cap with the jade on it, And of course she had a nice, her jade bangle. And yeah, but that was interesting. And it was, you know, during the time when jade was jade. Now everything is just, and starting in the 80s and especially the 90s, they started dyeing everything, perfecting it. So, yeah. But I'm wondering where Ming's was. I'm wondering if that was not that jade store that I used to love to go to that was up on Stockton Street. It always had the best jade. Now, I don't remember the name of it. Maybe it was Ming's. When it said, you know, because I always went to Ming's in Hawaii, up at the Ala Moana Center. I guess they had another place also down in Chinatown area, I think is where they started. And then when I lived there, they had it up in Ala Moana, the second floor, up there. When you get off the elevator, it's right there. And I tell you, I used to go drool over the jade there all the time. And I finally do have my Ming's jade that I could never afford a piece of jade when I lived in Hawaii. I had no money when I lived in Hawaii, and when I lived in San Francisco, I had no money. In San Francisco, I lived at the I Hotel. Okay, that's the one that they tore down, and we were fighting to keep it open, and they put a parking lot there, okay, eventually. But, you know, you live in the I Hotel, and everybody shares the kitchen, and everybody shares the bathrooms, which were down the hall, and you have a single room. Okay, that's all I had. In Hawaii, the same thing. I had a little single room, okay, a studio, what you would call a studio apartment, and that's it. It's all I could afford. One place in Hawaii, I lived above a Samoan grocery area. I had a little place up there. Then I lived also across from the Alawai Canal. I lived over there in Honolulu area. And then for a while, I lived in North Shore. And when I lived in North Shore, I would go out in the morning and go snorkeling and stuff. Now that I enjoyed that. But yeah, I did enjoy living North Shore, out of the city. But yeah, you know, looking at the jade brings back a lot of those types of memories of living there, and you know, and again during that time, having no money. I mean, I couldn't even, for Christmas, in Hawaii one year, the, what was it, police things brought my daughter a couple little presents, because, I mean, literally, I had nothing. I went out and had to get a little, you know, when they had Christmas trees, they have one that would fall. I get a little branch and decorate it. That was it. And I'd have to buy her secondhand stuff from the secondhand store, a couple little things, you know, and that was it. We had hard times growing up, I'm telling you. For a lot of years, I had a really difficult time. Now it's like I'm rich compared to, and I'm not rich by any means, but from what I was then, I really feel like I'm rich now, you know, because then I couldn't afford to go do anything, you know, just, you know, we'd have the cheapest meals, the things that I could make, you know, that would last a long time. It was that type of thing. It just, yeah. And so now I feel really, really blessed. I have a, you know, I have a nice home that I'm in, and, you know, I can afford to go have coffee. I can afford to, you know, do things. And so, you know, I feel really, really blessed. Now, my daughter actually called the other day. She hates to talk on the phone. Usually we text. does not like phones to talk on them. But she actually asked me if I needed help financially. I thought that was so sweet of them to ask me, but I said, no, I don't need any help. I'm doing quite fine, thank you. I can pay my bills. I'm doing okay. But I thought it was so sweet of her and her husband to ask me because of our heat and everything. And I said, oh yeah, the bills have gone up. My bill last month was $35. This month it was $103. And next month I'm sure it's going to jump, you know, maybe even to $200 because of the heat. So that's a radical jump. But thank God, no, I have enough money to pay my bills and a little left over. So I'm, you know, I'm doing good. I'm happy. And, you know, I have so many wonderful people on my channel that sent donations for the puppy stuff and everything. And I do so appreciate it. Lord knows, between, you know, losing Roddy, then losing Mr. Max, then Mana Moo, and then, you know, it was just like, Lord have mercy. You know, and Nikki Rex, just in succession, 1, 2, 3, 4, just, it was insane. But I have to say now, Mickey and little Lily are fine. They've been healthy. I think I'm over the parvo time. I would have seen something by now if Mickey had gotten it, you know. And they were all trying to put me in, you know, absolute fear mode. But I knew he had only been in here for just a few minutes, and, you know, so I was pretty sure that he would be okay, you know. And he never went outside, so I don't have anything out there. So, yeah, all good, you know, all good. Now, tomorrow I do take Mickey in for his last series of shots. August 3rd, I take Lily in for her second series of shots. And I want to see how much she doesn't weigh more than 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. I mean, she's just such a tiny, tiny little girl. She looks bigger than she is with all the hair, but under there is a little widget like this. I mean, she's tiny. So I'll find out on August 3rd what size she is. But she's doing well. She's healthy. Mickey's healthy. He's just, you know, between night and day, Mickey and Mr. Max. Now, Mr. Max was calm, laid back, so sweet. Mickey is a hellion, okay? He's all boy. He wants to be rough and tumble out there, you know, and everything. Now, to be said for Mr. Max, I got Mr. Max when he was 1 year old. Okay, so he was already through the puppy stage. We'll see if Mickey settles down a bit when he grows bigger. I have to say, though, he's got a big head for his body. He's a big boy. So I think he's going to get about double what they said he was going to weigh. Because right now he's, what did I weigh him last night? I think it was, he's about 7 something, 7.2 pounds, somewhere around there. 8 pounds, maybe 8 pounds. I'll find out tomorrow when I take him in. But he's growing leaps and bounds since I got him. Oh my goodness. So we'll see. Love him to death. He's so sweet, but oh my goodness. He's going to be bigger than what they told me. They told me 7, 8 pounds. Maybe 9, 10 max. Yeah. And he's close to that now. So, yeah, no, he's going to get bigger. You know, the reason I'm looking for a small dog, because I have to, when I go in the van, their puppy seat is way up. I have to pick him up and to put him in there. Now, I didn't have to put Miss Roddy on there because she could jump in there without a problem. She was like, I couldn't believe how high she could jump. So, but him, I have to lift him up. So hopefully he doesn't get too big. Not that I have anything against big dogs, but I have to be able to lift him. So we'll see. Anyway, I wonder if I'll find out today where that fire was, but it had to be pretty close because it was really strong when I went out this morning, about 5:30 this morning. Yeah, that was pretty strong. So anyway, that's what's going on here. I'm going to look now and see what there is to read on. And again, if you have any kind of suggestions, let me know. I do appreciate it. Because I don't watch TV. I just see here what's coming up on YouTube, etc. And if it doesn't come up, then I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave this here, and I'll see you online. Hey, Mickey Boo Boo. There he is. He's going to go lay down again under the pillow. Oh, you throwing stuff off at Miss Lily? Lily says, knock it off. It's okay, Lily Boo Boo. Come here, Lily Boo Boo. I see the Lily Boo Boo face. Look at this. The little lip of hers is so funny. And there's Mickey Mick looking. He says, oh, she's holding Lily. Oh, Miss Lily Boo Boo. Yeah. I don't know. I pick her up and she always goes, she goes out. She does have eyes, I swear. But the minute I pick her up, she just goes, she goes limp and goes out. Yep. Tired puppy. So on that note, I'll leave that here and I'll see you online.